Hello, hello. Let me check my audio real quick, y'all. Let me check it. This is gonna be not the best maybe recording we ever had. However, it'll be good content. I have all sorts of fun stuff. I have a bathroom remodel where they found some extensive mold, not black mold. They're gonna be able to take care of it, but it's been quite a little journey, so happy holidays. Happy holidays. My house is going to be in well, not my house, but my master bath. We're not even sleeping in there because it's just so much demolition and bleach and dust. Um, so I'm currently recording in the basement away from the noise. Hopefully you don't hear any of it. And I it's been so crazy. I literally forgot to do my podcast last night. I usually record on Monday nights and then post Tuesday morning, but here we are. Here we are on Tuesday, and you guys don't have a podcast, so let's go. So so we're not gonna have like the intro music, all the fun. We're just gonna get straight to it today. And I was sitting thinking about what a lot of my clients, what they say to me, what they're like, oh, I wish I could just whatever. And a huge one recently has been like they know they're not supposed to take the bait. They know they're not supposed to, like they know the narcissist wants them to react, right? But it's really just hard in the moment. So we're going to address that, talking about not taking the bait and how to stay unshakable when the narcissist tries to hook you, right? Okay. So if you don't know, you're on here, but I'm Christy Jade, host of Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Podcast, and we're going to dive into one of the most powerful skills you can master on your healing journey, not taking the bait. And if you've been following me, you know I say it all the time. Don't take the bait. Don't take the bait. I really am considering getting t-shirts just as a little fun mantra for us to rock. Bright pink, gold. What do you think? Tell me in my Facebook group. By the way, go join my Facebook group if you're not part of it. It's always in the show notes. It's free and it is private. We like that privacy part. Okay. But when you stop reacting, you stop feeding that chaos. And when you stop feeding the chaos, the narcissist loses their favorite thing in the world, their power, right? And that's part of my goal. Look, my big goal is to live peacefully, but gosh, if I have to deal with a narcissist, one of my favorite things is to get get rid of help them get rid of their power. Okay? So, first, name the game. Baiting is a strategy. So if you've ever wondered, why do they always know exactly what to say to set me off? This is not by accident. This is not just something they're doing without knowing it, and they will always manipulate and say, I didn't mean it. My intention wasn't that, blah, 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 right? Narcissists bait because your reaction is actually their reward. Your spark, your emotion, they love to get emotion out of you. Your energy, they love to drain your energy. It's like a little crispy snack that they're after. And you don't want to be their snack, right? So if you don't bite, they don't eat. Maybe we should have that as a tagline. Don't take the bait. If you don't bite, they don't eat. So when you can see their comment, their text, whatever in conversation as bait, just knowing, and it takes some training in the mind, but as not truth, you instantly gain the power. You're like, you know what they're doing. And it does, I promise, it becomes like second nature. It becomes a science. You become an observer. So, and a huge part of somatic healing, by the way, is being able to become the observer, even of your own feelings. Um, and that's a whole other show. But if you want to do somatic healing and heal from the body, girl, jump in the show notes. Let's work together. Um, but in the situation with the narcissist, you move from, I have to defend myself, right? I have a client recently that was talking about this, just the smear campaigns, the painting you in a picture that is not accurate, that is bad, that, oh, you're the bad parent, you're the problem, right? They all do it. So you feel like you have to defend yourself. And you can change this into, I see what you're doing. So what? And I know some of you can't get there yet. That's why we have to do the one-on-one work to from our body get to that point. You may not even be able to imagine being able to say so what right now. Okay? But I promise you, when you heal and you do the deeper work, you absolutely can get to that place. You stop caring what everyone else thinks, what they think, and you know that the truth comes out. The truth, like the people that matter will know the truth, right? And you can't control others. So, just a little side note. All right, so two, the three most common baits that you need to spot. Okay. I want you to hear these and think, yeah, been there, because awareness is everything. So, knowing what you're dealing with again. So, bait number one, the insult bait. That could just be as simple as, wow, calm down. Or you're so dramatic. You're so sensitive. It was just a joke. God, I can still, like, I'm literally saying this and it is bringing me back. And I've healed a lot. So I'm not getting that visceral feeling I used to. But now I look at it, I'm like, oh, what? Oh, it was so slimy, so calculated, so arrogant, so narcissistic. But these are designed to make you feel like they know you have to defend yourself after that, right? So it's on purpose to make you defend yourself, to explain, or as most of us have done, over explain yourself, or even get louder, baiting you to be the crazy one, the loud one, the over dramatic one who's now yelling, right? All of which feed them. So imagine their big old head with their big old mouth just waiting to be fed. You're taking the bait, you're feeding them, your your reasoning, your explaining, your energy, your emotions. You're literally just giving them everything they freaking want. No more sis, okay? The bait number two, the guilt bait. I know you're familiar with this one too, but we're calling it all out here. This is like a mic drop episode today. All right. After everything I've done for you. Wah wah. Or I guess I'm just the bad guy. Oh, I love that one. What I'm trying to think specifically. I remember a word, one of the narcs in my life. There's been a couple, but oh, I guess I'm just the worst. I guess I'm just horrible. I guess I'm a horrible blah blah blah. Guess I'm a horrible boyfriend. Yeah, you fucking are, first of all. Um, or oh, so I'm the problem, or I'm the problem now. Yeah. First of all, yeah. Can we start saying just yeah and answering their questions? But these pull you into over explaining and apologizing, right? Because when you're in it, and even now, you might be out of the situation, but still can fall for these tactics sometimes because we were created as empaths, as sweet people with big hearts. Um, we were created to not want to make people feel bad. So if a healthy person said something to you like um, that might make you feel guilty, you would turn inward and say, oh, well, maybe I did something wrong, right? But these are unhealthy people. So knowing they're unhealthy and knowing these are specific lines and things they say, oh, I'm the problem now. I guess I'm the bad guy, right? Healthy people don't do that. Healthy people come to you and say, look, I have a problem. How can we get through this? And they talk it out like adults. I'm not saying people don't have their occasional moments where they may not know the exact right thing to say, but you know, if you're with a narcissist or you're dealing with a narcissist or questioning if they're a narcissist, they have a pattern of unhealthy guilt trips, right? So they're making you carry something that is not yours. And then the third bait is the chaos bait. How about when everything is fine? Things seem to be like, wow, this is the best we've ever been in a relationship. Or, oh man, it's been nice and peaceful for a couple days, probably, because they can't really last super long. Boom! A fight over nothing, maybe. Anything? Nothing? It isn't random. It's all about control, attention, and emotional domination. When they feel like it's too quiet, they need the chaos. They need to be fed. They're hungry little animals with that mouth wide open, and they're just waiting for you to feed them that energy, that emotion, the defenses, the over-explaining. So once you can name these three baits, they actually lose a lot of their power, okay? So now what? Number 3 is the tool. Pause, pivot, protect. Pause, pivot, protect. Maybe write that down. This is your new queen level nervous system armor. Pause. All right, this is where the magic happens. And yes, it can take a little time. I don't want you to get upset if you can't do these tools overnight, okay? But work on them. Before you respond, right? You get a text, or even you're at drop off with your co-parenting, or they're your boss, or they're your parent. No one says you need to respond immediately, even if you're in person. Center yourself. Take a breath. 3 seconds. Let your nervous system just have a moment to not take that bait, okay? Let the spike settle. It's really a spike, right? Your response, that visceral response. Then pivot. Pivot away from their intention, which we just discussed is chaos, and toward your intention, okay? What's your intention? Say it with me, class. Peace, boundaries, clarity, all of the above. And ask yourself. So you're taking a few seconds. Ask yourself, does responding to this serve my peace? Sometimes you don't have to respond. And you definitely don't have to respond or over-explain or give them emotion. You can walk away. I know with legal stuff, I have a lot. I mean, I think all my clients right now literally are dealing with co-parenting and exes. So if they're asking, where drop off is, obviously there's things you need to respond to. But we're not talking about those things. We're talking about the situations where they are trying to get under your skin. They are guilt tripping you. They're saying, well, you didn't answer when I called, right? You don't even have to respond to that. Okay? So does responding to this serve my peace? Then you protect. Where's your golden bubble? This is where you respond or you choose not to from a grounded place. So here's where we go into scripts. I actually have some scripts I'll put in the show notes for you too. But examples of protective responses. I'm not available for this tone. Simple. Eat that. Shove that whopper down your throat, okay? Or we can continue this when the conversation is respectful. Chew on those fries. By the way, guys, hold on. If you're on video, I'm going to put this on YouTube. So I am wearing my Grinch socks from McDonald's. Did you see McDonald's? They have like an adult Happy Meal that brought me so much joy. And it has, I love my ADD, don't you? It's a Grinch box, and they have like I think it's a large fry in there, and then they have this packet of like dill pickle seasoning salt. It's Grinch salt. It's the whole Grinch theme. And you put it in a bag with the fries, shake it up. Holy cannoli. It is so delicious. I could scream. Oh, whoops. I keep forgetting there's like people in my house. The remodeler guys, they're right upstairs too eating lunch. They're probably like, why is that lady screaming about Grinches? Anyway, the meal comes with a pair of socks, and I was so excited. I was hoping for the green pair because Grinch. And guess what? I got the green pair. That's favor. That's the favor of the Lord. All right, let's get back to it. We need a little break. This is heavy stuff. Okay, so where was I? Oh, yes, continuing when the conversation is respectful. Okay. Another nice little response that's respectful, but direct, not emotional, right? Take your emotion out. Gray rock method, people. If you haven't heard that episode of mine, it's gold. I will try to link that too. This isn't productive. Let's revisit later. Simple. Just give them the naked old beans in their mouth. Okay. I don't even know what that meant, but I liked it. And then, last but definitely not least, silence. Yeah. Silence is a very complete sentence, especially in the eyes of a narcissist. You're standing in front of a narcissist. That's a good answer. Silence. They might hate it. They use it as a weapon. Why can't you? All right. I'm not saying use it. I am going to be, again, a reminder. If in a legal situation you need to respond about a specific thing that has to do with your child, your mutual child, obviously you're going to have to not give them the silent treatment, but only on that specific area. If you get an email and they say, when are you dropping Olivia off at my house? And then they go on to say, this and that and the other, and you did this, and then I'll never forget how you did it, right? Like, just who knows? You know what they do. They bring up all sorts of trash to get a response. They can't, just be human about it. So you respond to that email with 4 p.m. at the circle, whatever. Facts, people, facts. No drama, no excess information. They will, oh God, they want to eat information too, okay? Their dessert is information from you. Private information, any information that you do not have to give them legally, do not give them. They will suck that cherry down real fast, okay? Um Where are we here? Oh, co-parent, another co-parenting specific. I will only be responding to child-related information. That should be upfront. I've talked about this to all of my clients, right? I will only be responding to child-related information. Very important. And if you break it, 40, what is that saying? My old substitute teacher used to say 30 lashes with a wet noodle. It was Catholic school. I don't know. But you'll get 30 lashes of wet noodle from Mrs. Mancini. I think that was really her name. Wow. Look at that. The ADD. It doesn't stop me from remembering things from 1991. All right. So make sure you're sticking to your own boundaries. If you're not, give yourself grace. You're human and you just went through hell, or maybe it was a while ago, but you have PTSD from narcissism. So give yourself a little break. And last one, I'll review and reply within 24 hours. Unless you have otherwise in a parent, agreement, parental agreement, divorce decree, whatever. If you have something that says you have to reply within 12 hours, you can't go against it, right? So whatever legally is binding. But if not, I will review and reply within 24 hours. Instant de-escalation tool brought to you by yours truly. You don't need to respond. We are conditioned by them to feel like we have to respond right away, or they're gonna, who knows? What are they really gonna do? If you're in a violent situation, that's a whole different story. If you are afraid of them violently, you need to deal with an attorney with that, the police with that, restraining order with that. But if you're not, we are conditioned to be so hyper scared and fearing them so much that sometimes we lose the logical thought of the world's not going to end if you don't fucking respond right now. Okay? I'll review it. In 24 hours, you'll get something back. Won't be much though. Keep it simple, short, non-emotional. Okay? Now, let's wrap it up here. Well, we're almost done. Let's see how much. I have a little more, but this section here. Your calm is actually the one thing they cannot control. And that calm will drive them mad. But that's a good thing. I've found in my time, okay, dealing with narcissists, yes, the first time or times that you are calm and you don't take their bait, they can come harder, they can come louder. That's why I say if they're violent, obviously it's a different story and you need to deal with that legally. But if they're just being a tantrum baby tantrum, I don't know, that's okay. You don't fold. You stick the longer you stick to it, my point is long term, you're going to be much better off. They they never fully give up usually narcs, okay? But they do tend when it's too much of a fight, they can be very lazy. A lot of narcs are actually very freaking lazy. So eventually, when they see you are if you don't budge, and I'm a stubborn bull, so I got an upper hand on y'all. I'm sorry, but if you're a Taurus, what? You can probably be as stubborn as me. Uh, when you don't budge, eventually they do back off more, okay? The more you give, the more they're gonna know that they can get that from you. And they're gonna be like, oh, feed me, Seymour. Feed me. Okay? So you staying steady, it's not weak. You can think, oh, well, especially right after you're like, well, when you're in the start of your healing journey, it's like you almost can go the other side of the pendulum where it's like, well, I'm not going to stand for this and I'm going to stand up for myself now, right? There can be that. It doesn't work with narcissists, okay? So you staying steady and calm that is the strength, okay? It's the strategy, and you get to choose your peace over their bullshit, okay? This is all about your peace, and if you have a child, your child's peace, okay? So when a narcissist cannot bait you anymore, they will. I'm telling you, they will get louder, meaner, more dramatic. Not because you're doing anything wrong and it might feel weird or like, wait, this isn't working. It will. It will work. But their old tools stop working. So they're going, okay, what do I need to do? Oh shit. I need to get louder. I need to get scarier. I need to get, more manipulative. I need to do a bigger smear campaign. Go smear, mother effer. Okay. Go smear all you want. Do you know the smear campaigns that I had on my back? My own family. I mean, I had cousins, I had all sorts of crazy stuff being said about me. And I was like, well, the true ones will be here when I get out of this muddy freaking mess. And they were. And guess what? All those people that were told certain things and didn't know, like, oh, shit, is that true? Guess who is super close with them now? This girl with her shiny crown. Okay. You'll win in the end. Narcs don't win in the end. Trust me. Okay. So every time you choose that pause, a boundary, or silence, we love good silent treatment, you are rewiring your nervous system and breaking the trauma bond. The conditioning you've learned and that codependence and those strings you may still have a couple tied, that's trauma bonding. And we're going to sever the tie. Okay. But that's how you become unshakable. That's how you get your power back. How you stop feeding that big narc mouth who was never going to love you the way you deserved in the first place. Am I right? Am I right? Yes. Okay. So if today hit home for you, make sure you share this with a friend. Maybe they're in the thick of dealing with a toxic person. Even if there's not a narc, there's things here that are very relevant just to anyone in a relationship with somebody who's controlling or toxic, right? And if you want to go deeper into that nervous system healing that I talked about, boundaries that actually stick, getting rid of the guilt that comes with those boundaries, and emotional freedom, you know where to find me. Always in my show notes. All the links to all the things are in there. I have different packages, and it's really important for you coming up. The holidays are crazy. And then it's a new year, a new start, and you don't need to feel like this anymore. So if you're ready to step out of this, and I got your hand, girl, I'm going to take you out of that mud. Okay. Um, Definitely let's do some one-on-one work. All right. You're not here to take the bait. Don't take the bait. We're going to make shirts. You are here to rise and shine your beautiful little crown. Okay. And you're doing a great job already. All right. So check out the show notes. You can also, if you have questions about working with me or anything else in this episode, or I forgot to put a link, you can email me. My email will always be there. It's fiercemamac@gmail. All right. I will see you in Thursday's episode, which will be a somatic healing exercise related to today's episode because all the magic needs to happen in that body. Okay. See you in the next one. Bye.